Hello YouTubers, Tross here, and welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program. Last time we left off having landed on Minmus here, and collected seismic data from actually two locations because we happened to land within both locations. Apparently they were close and we landed basically right between them, thereby getting credit for both locations. We also gathered some science and took some goo readings and materials bay readings. So we're all about done here. We had Elson go out and take some surface samples, plant a flag. But as I look around here, well, maybe not here. Let's quickly go back to the Space Center. Hey, Gene. When I was actually heading out to the heading out to the ship from the what is this? This is the tracking station. I noticed we got OMB demolition has some it's like temperature scan. So I'm gonna take that, perform temperature scans on Minmus, OMB. We have 12 years to do it. There's only 6 days until 1.0 comes out. But this actually will give us quite a lot if we can get this done. This will basically get us almost a third of a million funds if we can get it done. So I'm going to accept this. Alright, yeah. Speaking of this, we currently seismic surveys, and these seismic surveys are also both about a third of a million, and if we get all of those done, that's gonna be approximately our 3 million that we need, and we can still get these orbital stations. Carbon should not be a problem at all. Solar shouldn't be too bad either, and that's also, well, we already got the advance from it. Completion bonus. Moon is probably going to me be the most difficult because you have to land it. But that's also a really decent payout. Anyway, let's head back to Minmus. So we have a lot to do, not that much time to do it in. Here we go. Alright, we basically collected everything. I just want to take all the data and then board again, just so we can take another crew report without any issues. Let's come in here, pull this up. Alright, we want to head to Site Alpha. It's northwest, approximately. Looks like we're actually tilted northeast currently, so we would have to tilt over this way once we lift off. Alright, so we're all full of electric. Our fuel is doing really good. We've used a bit more mono propellant proportionally than anything else, but from now on we should really be only needing it for landings if we're on slopes. So let's head for our next destination. Alright, we're going to lift off here in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay, there's the direction. So if we get moving in that direction, I'm aiming further over because we got to bring our, stay on surface, please. Thank you. Got to bring our prograde direction in that. So by going further and thrusting, you pull your prograde more over. I want to get ready. Yeah. Just like that, we are over. So we need to come to a stop, at least horizontally. I think that will be close to a stop. You see, we want to chase that to the center now. We're still going up, although very slowly. I think we just flipped around to going down. Yes, so now this is directly up, which looks like it means we've pretty much completely negated our horizontal movement. Our only issue now is landing. Making sure we don't tip over when we land. We are more than 400 meters up. The lights, the spotlights hit the ground, or at least are visible about 400 meters up. I think on the dark side they're visible at 500. Alright, there we are, 400 meters up. We're going to begin slowing down. I'm going to now turn on RCS. 10 meters is good. We're slowing down still. Alright, this slope doesn't look like it's as bad as where we were previously. 7 meters per second. Let's slow down a bit more. 5, 4, 3. Come on. And our jets have put us back down. Alright, let's turn off RCS and reset SAS. That was pretty good. Let's take a reading. And we have collected survey data from Alpha. We are still on the slope, so this is not going to count. Basically, if we keep the data, I couldn't bring it on board. So I'm just going to transmit it. We still have a copy to recover, but I think this will count as little extra science. See, our power is going down, but there in a few minutes, it's going to charge back up off of these solar panels. See, you're getting full exposure there. Alright, because we've already collected... You know what, let's log the temperature and broadcast that as well. We've already collected surface samples and goo and materials bay readings, and because we're going to be hitting a few other locations, I don't want to waste a bay or something like that. Now we may wind up going back up to the science lab we got in orbit, but for now I'm going to hold off on taking duplicates. So let's activate navigation over to here, and let's just look around. I haven't really looked at this too closely. These are the other seismic surveys we have to do. Temperature scan. Surface above EBLO. So that's that one. That is good. We just have to fly over that one, and then the others are landed right over here. Alright. So we're heading over here, and this one looks to be more on a slope. So this will have to be a bit of a more careful landing. That is northeast of us, so basically in the direction we're actually headed, roughly. Yeah, this wasn't too bad of a slope, but I'm guessing we're going to be further down in this valley here. Alright, so let us lift off. And I'm just going to march. It's slightly more this way, but it's not too bad. And not that big of a burn here. So I'm going to prepare for stopping our horizontal momentum. Yeah, it's probably over here. I can actually kind of check. Yeah, we are directly in it. And RCS right now to help us out a little. We want to be on surface. We want to cut that engine because I gotta be a little careful. RCS is on. It's making me spin quite a bit faster than I expect. Alright, that's just about straight down there. Probably drifting slightly, but not that quickly. Alright, we are coming back down again. Probably more sloped. Not quite as bad as it could be, like over there. But this is definitely going to have to be a more careful landing. Alright, there's the light. Let's throttle up. Alright, coming down. A bit slower than I wanted. I wanted to get to about 5 meters per second. We're at 4. Alright, fixing some of the drift. I think I've gotten all the drift out there. You can see our shadow. See the bright effect that our lights have on the surface. Yeah, it's quite a bit more sloped here. We have RCS on. And alright, let's throttle up and want to touch down as slow as possible. We are going back up. That's not good, but it's not that bad. Alright, coming back down. And we're heading back up again. Let's kill the drift. Touching down, cut the engines. Tipping, but RCS is holding us. Great. Alright, let's reset SES, turn RCS off. We're back down. We still have plenty of fuel. Let's see if we can finish off this particular contract. Losing my train of thought here. Log. There we go. We are in the Midlands now. I think we have actually recovered data from the Midlands. I'm just going to broadcast that. So let's see here. We've completed the seismic survey. Gotten 2,250 funds. And we did that by collecting data from Site Delta and Alpha, which got us 34,000 funds each. What else can we log? Temperature. Yeah, it's not worth anything. You grab. Can you jump? Put your pack on and back away. Get you out on EVA. Plant the flag. We landed here. EVA report, not worth a thing. Alrighty, let's get you back in the rockets. Turn on your little light there. It's gonna help. Grab. Board. Okay. Temperature scans on Minmus. Let's close everything we're not doing. And the other seismic survey. Alright, we basically just need to get into orbit now. And once we're there, we can then either aim for here or aim for one of these other locations. Particularly, these look like they're all on the flats, or mostly. They one or two maybe right on the one of them maybe on the little slopes there, but they're basically at zero, so it's going to be relatively easy to get to. These are at higher altitudes, so they may be a bit more difficult, but it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, we actually are almost facing directly east here, which is convenient, to to say the least. Alright, let's take off in 3, 2, 1. Lift off, and we're gonna basically tip over nearly all the way right away. Let's throttle down a bit so we don't overheat the engines. All we have to worry about is clearing that hill, and I'm pretty sure we have that hill cleared. And you know, it helps if we have SAS. Well, according to this, we now have cleared the hill. That looks actually like it's pretty good for... Let's head for there. And once we do collect that, that's about 10 minutes away. Hopefully the rotation won't move that too far. Let's just thrust a little. So we'll be at our apoapsis. We just have to make sure we're above 4,000 meters, and well, we'll be at 12 according to this. And then plan a bit of a maneuver, and you know what, it's going to be easier going for these, and they'll be in the sun, so we can keep our cells charged. Let's put a maneuver node there. That'll be a little early, but we'll probably have to make a small correction. There. Just so it isn't jumping all around. Alright, so we now have a little countdown timer. Let's time warp. Going around to the dark side. Alright, let's... A little bit hard to tell, but I think we're going to be over the point. Let's move this so it's basically directly over the point. About 3 more minutes. And we need a temperature reading. Okay, we are entering the area. There's our thermometer. Log temperature. Great. Let us keep that data. In fact, let's EVA out. Grab. Don't let go. Take the data. And board. Little EVA out there. And that worked out great. Okay, how are we going to get where we need to go? Alright, that is behind us now. Let's add a maneuver. Obviously, we need to increase our velocity. Maybe another maneuver here. That's probably too much because we need to slow down, and that's gonna... Let's see, if we move this forward or back, it doesn't really change. We just have to Coming down more like that. Yeah, let's just get going over and then... Oop, that's probably a little too much. That looks good. Of course, we... kind of missed our first maneuver here. But this is just basically to keep us from hitting the surface, so it's not too important, I don't think. Let's just... basically keep ourselves in orbit. That still looks pretty good. So that's the one temperature scan reading we got. We now have approximately 12 minutes till our next burn. Kerbin in the background there. We are pretty low. And the sun just rose. And we have about 1 minute to the burn. Let's just make sure everything looks good. Alright, we're gonna need to adjust this a little more south. That looks pretty good. And it keeps us in orbit, so we won't hit the surface. We got about a 20-second burn here. That looks good. So we're going to start our burn about 10 seconds. It should be... okay. We're going to burn at full throttle. It should not be long enough for us to get in the danger zone. Let's start. We'll start to overheat, but I don't think it will get dangerous. There it goes. We'll be stopping before it's too much of a problem. And that looks pretty good. Let's add a maneuver here. That'll have us basically come to a stop and fall back down. And of course, when we perform that, we will want to be... we are really close. We will want to be in surface mode to prevent the problems we had last time. Let's put our fuel readings back. Alright, so this will be about a 38-second burn, say 40, especially with us having to not be able to do full. So we want to start this... I'm never sure with... I know with normal maneuvers you want to do it evenly. I never am sure with coming to a full stop where you want to do the burn compared to the point that you want to come to a stop over. I always try to do like 2/3 before, so I don't want to drift too far past. And I think that at least is my feeling. I don't know the specifics. I'm sure some people have calculated it out. I'm sure there are tools that calculated it out for you. We are about a minute and a half. It's time to double check everything, and yes, we have orbited about here. That's not what I wanted to do, but well. Let's put the camera on free mode. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna set navigation to that point. 38-second burn. Is the point? I'm just trying to point at the point to get a rough idea of where it is. It's, yeah, roughly at that spot there. So I'm going to start burning it, say 30 seconds to go. Alright, we are on surface mode because we are decently low. Although we are going up. Alright, I'm going to start burning right about now. I'll do full as long as I can. Come down a little. Here. I'm gonna cut out here because I don't think we're quite over a location yet. We're mostly stopped. We're falling about 10, maybe 12. We maybe have 10 meters per second horizontal still. Where is location? Well, that's the one location we're trying to get to. We're almost headed directly for it. I think actually we're now closer to this site. Yeah, and we actually look to be headed pretty much right for that site. We just have to fall down towards it a little bit, and hopefully our current horizontal velocity will take us over it. We can basically stop this maneuver. We just want to get that point over the dot, although the faster you're moving down, the less accurate that is. How are we doing? Falling right to the point, we have about 2 kilometers left to go. This we know because these flats are flat. Alright, I am worried about our vertical velocity. I'm gonna try to reduce that a whole lot. Alright, we are gliding horizontally, still coming down, but not quite as much or as quickly. Alright, we are in the light. Let's... We are heading back up now, slightly. In this direction, I think. Actually, we're going the wrong way. We want to head in this direction. But we're heading away. We're now heading towards the location. Of course, we want to be staying off the ice. Just basically hovering here. Going about 16 meters per second horizontally, slightly dropping. Don't want to drop too much. Alright, we are entering, so we want to kill our velocity, and I am going in the wrong direction to do that. Probably went up a little too much, but alright, that looks be just about straight down. And we are slowing down nicely. 4 meters per second, 3 meters per second. Not gonna need RCS on this. 2 meters per second. Wasn't too bad. How was that, guys? How was that? And we seem to be at gamma. Let us take the temperature reading. Alright, we have gotten temperature data. Happen to be in the greater flats. We were here earlier. You can see 13 kilometers away. It was our first landing site. So, I mean, we can transmit that data, but it's not going to do anything for us. The next location will be Site Beta here. Let's set the navigation. And that is southeast. So 90 is east, and we'll be along this 135 line. So let's You know what? Let's get this guy out on EVA. Just let him stretch his legs. Oh, that was a big jump. Great. Let's plant the flag. Temp readings. Alrighty. We'll take a surface sample just for old time's sake. Ladders over here. Turning your headlamps. Alright, let's board. And before the rest of us get bored, I believe I've already... Yeah, we marked that. Southeast 135. Let's go. Alright, that's straight up. We're gonna turn over here. And, yeah, look at that. We can kinda get headed in the right direction here. Alright, as we get closer, that should be dropping towards the bottom. Unfortunately, it looks like we'll be starting to fall back at this point, quicker than we'll get to the location. So we can throttle up a bit more. And head back and... Yes, we've only come a kilometer. Not even yet. So, these are probably usually 2 or 3 kilometers apart. Alright, we're starting to head back down. So we can do another small little burn here. Starting to move further down, which means we should be getting closer. Let's bend our trajectory slightly. Alright, we are entering the site. And we're close enough. So we want to chase this back up. We are still drifting slightly, but that should have closed most of it out. We're falling. Alright, that's a little too much thrust. Down at 2 meters per second. 2.1. There we go. We are down. Sorry if this is a bit rushed, but I'm trying to get all this in because 1.0 is coming out real soon now. Let's log the temperature. We got the beta site done here. We're just going to transmit that. Doesn't take too much power. We still have plenty of fuel. With a quarter of a tank, we could probably get into orbit and rendezvous. So we got one more site here. Alpha. This is back to the northeast. I'm thinking it's right at the edge of this hill, slope. So let's lift off here in 3, 2, 1. Going good 25 meters per second. Alright, we're gonna turn over here. Yeah, it's over in this direction. As we suspected. Probably a little much on the going up, but we won't have to make multiple hops, but yeah, we are going to be going at least a kilometer up, I guess. Right, there's our retrograde direction. Yeah, so as soon as it says we are over, gonna cancel our horizontal velocity and get this. Well, in this case, we're still going up, so. Oh, and it looks like we're starting to head down. Yeah, we basically went a kilometer up. Alright, yeah, it is. We're actually well over this. Alright, let us chase that up. Okay. Now this will be slightly sloped, but I don't think it will be anywhere near as bad as we were on the slopes. But it's just something we'll have to watch out for. I may tap on the RCS just as we come down. Alright, let's cut our velocity here. Meters per second coming down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's turn on the RCS. And the RCS's help prevents us from tipping over. Set SAS. And we should be good here. Okay. Let's transmit that. That should be another contract done. Let's take a look. Temperature scans on Minmus. Touch warmer than we expected. This is what we needed. 20,000 funds. Good deal of science. And we did that by collecting data at Alpha, Beta, and Gamma for 27,000 funds each. Alright. We can now head over here, and with the time we took, this is much more in the sun. And we're not even at our halfway point for fuel yet. So I think this will be pretty good. It looks like we need to head southwest. And currently south-southeast, so we could head over to the 225 over here after we take off. And once we get in suborbital, we'll see how we're doing. Alright, so what did this place count as? Let's where's that? Log seismic data. Alright, greater flats, but yeah, we've been here. 9 science doesn't really matter to us, so we've already collected science data here. So let's lift off here in 3, 2, 1, and head southeast. Southwest, sorry. That's probably pretty good. Crank down. Actually, that's a cut. Alright, we still need to head out here, but yeah, that looks pretty good direction-wise. Maybe a little further south. I'm gonna set that as the point that we're heading for. You can actually see we're heading decently towards it. Again, we still have lots of fuel. Alright, let's be about 6 minutes. We're gonna be a bit high. Let's do a maneuver, something like that. We're about a minute out from this maneuver. I'm going to perform the maneuver, and then as we're heading down over these points, we can really come to a complete stop. We're quite a bit higher than I wanted, but I guess I wasn't totally horizontal while we were doing the little extra burn, so we went up more. I really should have just extended our orbit around by thrusting exactly horizontal. Alright, so 17-second burn, so about 8 seconds to go. We'll start thrusting. There we go. Wrong button at first. But, it's alright, we don't need to be too exact here. Something like that. Thinking we may actually be going somehow I got the focus off the ship and onto Minmus. Doesn't really matter right now. How are we doing? Oh, we are nearly over this point. That's pretty good. And that just means we should be another minute or two, and then we can stop our horizontal velocity and just hopefully fall onto this point. Problem is, because we're actually coming down at a decent clip, stopping our horizontal velocity, it's going to be a little bit of a trick, although we'll probably wind up nearly stopping our vertical velocity at the same time. And basically, when both are near zero, you're pretty guaranteed that all your horizontal is gone. The lower your vertical velocity, basically, this gives your velocity on a diagonal. If you know this is near zero, and this is at the top point, that means your horizontal velocity is near zero as well. Alright, so our vertical velocity is about 10 now. If this was at a 45, that means your horizontal velocity was also near 10. Since we got this down to, well, maybe 20, we can guarantee that this is only 1 or 2 meters per second. So we do have to drift down 12 kilometers, but hopefully we have our horizontal velocity stopped well enough so that we won't drift out of the point while dropping that. Well, it's probably not 12 kilometers because I don't know the height. This is probably a good 2 or 3 kilometers up, though. So we got 10 kilometers to fall. Not that much better, but it may make a difference. We are still over half our fuel, so that's good. We are approaching an hour. Probably hit one point here, maybe hop to a second, and then call it an episode, and we can wrap this up maybe next time. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. We're now leaving, and the problem is I don't know what direction. Oh, we got a ways to fall. I can kind of guesstimate, I guess. If it's in this-ish direction, I mean, I can aim more towards it. This is bad because I've just sped up the amount of rate we're going down, and I'm just going to have to undo that basically in a short bit. But maybe once it says we're over again. Alright, we're at 100 meters per second. I'm gonna slow down to we're about 50. This can't slow down. Alright, we are entering again, which is great. Can't slow down that quickly. Since we're entering again, I'm now going to try to, again, stop our horizontal velocity. Not sure how much further we have to fall. This obviously isn't as high as I thought it was. Oh, we're about 400 meters off. The light is hitting. It looks relatively flat. Let's get down to about 10 meters, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, half a meter per second. We're going slightly back up. And that was a very nice touchdown. Alright, we need seismic readings here. We are back for seismic readings. So I'll log the seismic data. Faint seismic waves were detected. Let us keep that data. We are in the lowlands, which I don't think we have been in before. Let's log some temperature. We can observe a materials bay. We can observe the mystery goo. Great. And means we need a crew report. Let's keep the data. Let's EVA, let's turn on your lamp. Get an EVA report. We are going to take that data. We're going to take that data. We are going to take that data. We're gonna back out here. We're gonna actually move somewhere a little more photogenic. Clicked off screen for a second there. We're gonna take a surface sample. Definitely not made of delicious dessert products. And we're gonna plant a flag. New lowlands. Alright, we are going to have you face that way. And I'm going to continue to accidentally click off screen here. Let's take a nice screenshot. Okay, let's get this back. Let's get you turned around and back in. Little grab file there. Board with all your data. Alright. These two places are really close. Maybe we can get in both of them again. Let's activate navigation to southeast. So about 135, not too far off from where we're pointing. Let's head over there. There it is. Alright, this is going to be a little bit interesting because the ground is falling away, so I didn't go up too high. We are starting to head back down already, so let's... 10 meters per second. Up should be decent. Still have the light on the ground. And roughly drifting in the direction. Put it back down. Let's a little bit of a hop up. See if we can't. Yeah, we're still going roughly in the correct direction. Probably still have a bit of a ways to go. A little bit hard to tell. We're about 2 kilometers, or approaching 2 kilometers at least. I think it should be saying we're entering the area any moment now. Alright, we are entering Gamma. Gonna let it go a little bit to see if it will also say... Yeah, we're entering Delta as well. It's not exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, we wanna chase this. All the way up here. Alright, that should be pretty much 0 horizontal velocity. And then we just I get a feel for how we're coming down. We want to not go, and we should be getting ready to land. 5 meters per second. 4, 3, 2. Let's lower that throttle. Drifting a bit. And touchdown. Okay. We need another seismic reading, not temperature reading. And it counts for both delta and gamma. We're gonna transmit this because we're not going to be able to store another copy. We're still in the lowlands. So let's transmit. And we do have only one location left, but the episode's getting a bit long. We're approaching halfway fuel, but still got a little bit more before we reach half. But I think we're going to do this next time. So for now, we're going to head back to the Space Center and see how things are going there. Oh, and look at that. We are really close to upgrading the R&D Center. Not quite yet. Let us head. Alright, hey Gene. Mark 16 parachute is which one? I'm wondering if I have it on the ship, although that's a pretty low speed for that altitude, I would think. Seismic surveys on the moon. Explore Duna. Alright, nothing. Nothing for Minmus. I was kind of hoping there'd be one more. Maybe when we come back. But yeah, I think we have enough science. See, our problem right now is that we can't unlock these technologies. We can unlock all of these. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Unlocking all of these will use about half our science. But we can't research these technologies until we upgrade our our R&D center. Let's unlock all of these that we can. Advanced Metalworks. We got some nice things like these radial attachment points. Nice girder here. A quad coupler. I don't build with these too much, but there are situations that these become very useful. Different beams and things like that. Advanced aerodynamics. The Mark II bicoupler is very useful. Structural pylon also has its uses for landing gears and the like. Definitely if you're building advanced aircraft, these are useful. Cupola module. I am actually thinking of, if we do get to those stations, using the cupola module as well as a hitchhiker capsule to get the 5 crew needed. Another probe has SA. Let's Doesn't say how much torque you have, but Ion, I used in the past, made a Ion satellite, could go basically anywhere. Very low thrust compared to the other engines, but very, very low. This is basically the most efficient engine, but you can't really use it for manned things unless you're very patient. Big solar array, big battery. Command seat. Haven't really done too much with rovers. Nice rover base with battery built in. And now we have 21 science left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 times 5 is 4,000. So we about have half the science we currently need to unlock the remaining items. But the biggest problem is the funds. We need another 300,000. So, hey Gene, need about 300,000 and 2,000 science. Active, we are going to get about 200,000 from this, with one more reading, and maybe we'll do these stations next time. But that's about all the time we have this time for Kerbal Space Program. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, which, well, I'm thinking will be tomorrow, and maybe we'll do one more episode before 1.0 comes out after that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys then.